Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. The NCIS is investigating the death of a military officer found on the 29 Palms Marine Base over the weekend. According to information provided by the San Bernardino County Coroner's Office, Major General William Mullen, 59, of Arvada, Colorado, was found dead near Building 1651 at the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center on Saturday, June 29th. Mullen recently retired as the Commanding General, Training and Education Command for the Marine Corps and was a former Commanding General of the 29 Palms Base, serving in the role from 2016 to 2017. The county coroner confirmed that an investigation is being conducted into Mullen's death and that the investigation is being handled by the Naval Criminal Investigation Service, which investigates major criminal incidents within the Navy and Marine Corps. A representative from the NCIS said that they are investigating the incident as they do in response to, quote, any non-combat medically unattended fatalities involving Navy and U.S. Marine Corps equities, service members, and affiliated service personnel. They declined to comment further on what they called an ongoing investigation. The coroner's office declined to provide the cause of Mullen's death or any further details. Major General Thomas B. Savage is the current commanding general of the 29 Palms Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center. He provided a statement saying, Major General Mullen's dedicated service to our nation and the Marine Corps will always be remembered. Our thoughts and prayers are with his loved ones. Z107.7 will update this story as we learn more. The Yucca Valley Town Council has canceled their meeting scheduled for this evening due to a lack of quorum. The council will meet next in regular session on July 16th. The 29 Palms Planning Commission continues their hiatus through the first weeks of July. They will not have their regularly scheduled meeting tonight. The 29 Palms Planning Commission will meet next on July 16th. The Golden State's second largest off-highway vehicular area will be closed for the foreseeable future. With more on this closure is Public Lands Appreciator Robert Hayden.
Hungry Valley is located in the Tejon Pass north of Los Angeles and alongside the I-5 corridor, and it has 19,000 acres and more than 130 miles of scenic trails for motorcycles, ATVs, dune buggies, and 4x4s. The area is designated as a state vehicular recreation area with the State Park Service, and the park has been temporarily closed due to the extensive damage from the recent post fire, which lit off on June 15th. The post fire burned through large swaths of the park in Los Angeles and Ventura counties, scorching just over 10,000 acres in the eastern and southern portions of the park. The fire resulted in the evacuation of nearly 1,200 park visitors and staff. The fire has destroyed the south entrance station, a well pump shed, several miles of fencing and trails, 2,000 acres of native grasslands management area, and 2 cultural preserves. The park will be closed until further notice. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
Extreme temperatures are coming to the high desert this weekend. The National Weather Service is issuing a heat advisory beginning on the 4th of July, and the city of 29 Palms announced yesterday that they are opening up the city's senior center as a cooling center for residents of all ages. The 29 Palms Senior Center will be operating as a cooling center on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from noon to 5 p.m. each day. Water will be available, but there will be no food service. The city wants to remind everyone that pets are not allowed at the 29 Palms Senior Center. Only service animals are allowed to accompany human beings into the facility. The 29 Palms Senior Center is located at 6539 Adobe Road. For more information, you can call 760-361-1410. The San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors last month put forward a resolution asking state legislators to address the home insurance crisis in California. Chair of the board and local 3rd District Supervisor Don Rao discussed the complex issue with Gary Daigneault on last week's Z107.7 Up Close show. She broke down the problem, which she stressed is impacting Morongo Basin residents, and described the intended impact of the board's resolution.
One of the top concerns is I cannot get fire insurance or my rates have increased tenfold. So in our state, we've tried to work with our state legislators at the state level and to say to them, listen, folks in the mountains and the desert are struggling to get and keep fire insurance, and can you help us? And so we have an elected office at the state level called the Insurance Commissioner, and his name is Ricardo Lara. and he's very sympathetic to the problem. It's a multi-pronged problem, I'll say. It's between the executive branch, the governor, the legislature, and the insurance commissioner. The main issue, in my opinion, is that it's a regulatory issue in the state of California. We do not allow insurance companies to use catastrophic modeling to determine their rates. We force them to use on the loss for the last 20 years and that data only. So they don't do catastrophic modeling to set their rates like they do in other states. So in the state's effort through regulation to keep the rates lower, the insurance companies are making a business decision not to do business in our state. This is a resolution by the entire board that asks those entities to please sit down and take a look and find a happy medium between that, because we're driving business out and our homeowners are suffering. I'm asking the insurance commissioner, the regulators, to take a look at their regulations and understand the impact that they are having on our residents. I hear it on the ground. I don't know that they do. So this is through this effort to let them know in a very respectful way that our residents and businesses can't stay here and operate and live in a safe manner and have insurance. If you have a mortgage on your house, you have to have fire insurance.
You can hear more about this topic from Rao and Digneau, along with their full, wide-ranging conversation, by listening to the Up Close show as a podcast at our website, Z107.7 FM.com, or wherever you get your podcasts. And finally, a new California state law went into effect yesterday, limiting the amount a landlord can ask a renter for a security deposit. Online news editor Robert Hayden rejoins us with the lowdown on the new law.
A security deposit is usually held by a landlord against potential damage, cleaning, and unpaid rent from a renter. However, first month, last month, and a deposit can be a common thing here in California, requiring a renter to come up with triple the first month's rent just to get into the place. Assembly Bill 12, which went into effect on July 1st, prevents most landlords from charging more than 1 month's rent for this deposit, although in many cases you can still be asked for twice that amount. California joins 11 other states to put the limit on landlords. As with any new law, there are exceptions. The new law doesn't apply to California lease agreements signed on or after July 1st. Already existing lease agreements won't be affected as well. Some exceptions apply to smaller landlords who own no more than 2 properties in a total of 4 units, the bill says. Those landlords will be able to request up to 2 months' rent under the new law. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@Z107.7FM.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.